ntin wo Ghana ha no wono mo betimi akọ na wo makọ boa ma bibia tima ye kama Professor Godwin Awabil ena wono yebo ni din a wono wakaka panyi kwansafo ho a obeka ho Dr. Steven Abo Zege wono so ka ho afenso no Abraham Awini wono so ka ho a Abdullah Zanatu wono so ye panyi kwansafo ya boni dia Nestina Atamwa wono so ya boni dia na Andy Richard wo ni nipa mi makoma kudu a yɛwura ha na du so abo mudin sɛ St. John Bosco College of Education wo mo enkonkoda no yɛwura na du so nsɛm no nto aso ni.
Profound honor on behalf of President Mahama, who has so appointed you to serve on the Governing Council of the St. John Bosco College of Education. And the school has a reputation. And our charge on this new Governing Council is to keep the reputation of the institution and situate St. John Bosco College of Education as leader of excellence in the training of our teachers. We know that many of your products are guided by your Christian values, and that values help shape behavior and shape the behavior of young children that they have a responsibility to help mold. I'm happy to note that government has taken a decision to establish a college of education at Azinlibo, Jomro, in the Western region. This morning I met with the Chief Executive of Ghana Gas to discuss how government can partner with Ghana Gas in the exercise and pursuant to the mandate of Ghana Gas to support the community in the catchment area of its operations, and in consultations with the Director General of GTEC and our Secretariat responsible for tertiary education, government has taken a policy decision to establish a new teacher training college in Zimlibo, Jomro, in the Western region. Work on it will commence somewhere in 2027, subject to the availability of resources that I intend to generate from the Debt Fund formula of 2027. But we need a teacher training in that area to serve that particular enclave. And then also specifically on St. John Bosco, your establishment date back to pre-independence 1946. The institution has played a pivotal role in the educational advancement of Ghana, evident, as I mentioned, in your strong Catholic values.
Abusia yewra na Idrisu mansafo hwe ngomesu asem so nene ene akwete no.
Abusia yebaba nkontene na yako eye enkrambupuni mantemu sabre eye MP National Petroleum Authority woma ba montia bekyerem se womu disika ne bosombo 1 million Ghana cedis ere koma eye Ghana Medical Trust Fund mekyerem Mahama Case no womu di kohyem na mo beka ne mo ahye no so Mahama Case mampanyi John Dramani Mahama na de bae na ne fapem nyina ne se wo se non communicable diseases and na se non communicable chronic diseases mumu a na kyese yade a ebeti atese na se adua obi mu a se bi wontimi mfa ma obi foforo no eno na Mahama Case yes obaba behwe na Mahama Case ya kyerem kyerɛ se nyame ya adom a enche facilities ba ko aduasa eno mo behwe se ekobusumi ni mu no yebetimi aye sa Mahama Case bi wo mu na no na eye yewra God na Judita Makla executive officer adema NPA no obaba kyerem se wona na pamfo ma committee ya meeting no ase no ensam apie mu ne se wo mu yi sika ne boso mo 1 million Ghana cedis etimi ade abeboa ema apomde etimi agina brand wo magane.
Dramani Mahama's commitment to provide affordable health care for persons suffering from non-communicable diseases. Remember that it was a major campaign promised by the president to set up the Mahama Care. Today, Parliament had given approval and the fund, let me say, is in operation. So the National Petroleum Authority is also joining. I've seen that other agencies have taken the lead, unfortunately. We say it is not late. So what we have decided to do is to also support. Thankfully, this matter came before the board. The board has given approval for an amount of 1 million Ghana cedis. It takes a lot of courage to start something new. And not only start, but to have a clear vision of where you are going. So far, I've seen the huge things that she's doing, building a categorization. You know, some of these things are mouthful, so you have to memorize it repeatedly. Already in the Ashanti region, which is a big one, and is going to help many of our people, particularly in Ashanti. And I am so excited. I have no doubt at all that it will spread across the many countries, particularly in the northern part of our country. Imagine you are somewhere in Kulungugu, somewhere in Boku, and you have to do dialysis 3 times in a week. You almost sign your death warrant. And so, Madam Obi, whilst we are doing this, I also want to, plead with you. We need some major intervention in the north.
What we are doing is a national call.
I was saying, and Sierra goes in a digital maclone and I'm cutting.
And upon on second Cassia, I had time at your cruise at Chipon Croncasa Fideso. Now, young Cora who said Bimway. Kumasi kwetiala ewa santima ntemi ya na enkefri obane se asase ya ntembi ya nkrofo edi sudwa ene obekwe omabobbo mu containers yesiwa na je asase no eda hokwa na se ne empanivo kan ye petemu asase ena hokwa nti ayade se aban eyen hyehyeye ye dane eya asase ne de ma nipa fofora nanka wono nso di ba bedi nidwuma na eno na wono mo mudi dwa wo ho no wakofa ye budoza sene wobe pamuwa mu nyina yi wo mu nneema de afiri wo na menteme wase ma no homene so no anam saye so manipa baako ato ananom nsedo na nkra ne kiremu a wono mo didwa wo ne se wo mu de mo gitumu sasase ne nya wo mu de ni wo no mo de na nso no nanka wase nipa na wo no ye de ama no a wo ba bedi sa adwuma de wo so no wono obo wo mama ne na wo mu hunu se ebia dase ye ba be pamumo na tete ya bi omu nka bi nhemu de omu ya ne se budoza bia ba ye yi omu afiri won no ena omu de asem ne kodan court a omu che se omu si kwan ama obi anu a saa eye asase ne de ama no obamu omu bre kakra na nka omu atimi aye nenso nipa ne de ohye so eba be pam omu ane ne kofa mentimi wase ba ya ema na baako eto ananom nsedo me no kase no menhia district police command netimi eto anamon akwa masumdwa ba nipa na wafiri mu no womo na kwa kwahye mu okomfa no chaban asabe nhwemu mapa ekoso womo de di nkomo
ya so ya honam e wa ha say ya wa some week as a month ago and ye adwuma ne say bossu obi di bossu wa beji ha nyina dia court ama court agua inti asem ne da ho wo court aye de ye ka tie wa ne say ya ji asem na ma bossu ama court no kwa me papa ya ogina ha yi omuko obi ona me ma me ba akomuko obi etimi no ndra man be adwuma ena me ma me fra manager ne say eh what asem aba na mse de na abo say omu de grade edwiri ha nyina abro mu sambo kokoko anadwe nipa da mu ho obiri ne mata da mu ho ena efiwa pampo to a 6 months and I say 6 weeks ena ode be ma payment 1 payment 2 payment 3 woni ne equal agreement and ode court ena efiwa ni timi ba for the metu e court for ne beba ababetu ane kwa kasa ene ya egua ni obi no ya aboa se buta aboa kro na utimi for social ni ko so no akwa akọ utimi for social ni ko so akwa akọ no aye kasa ene akro eti anom pe me ba ya ayi na musa ma me sado si boss utu eti ni ma mi kira wa ya tekraka etu o nam se na they say that akro for e chesi e bullet na ba ya me to ya bibia enu rekura na mo de anwa anwa ye beans ebro anwa emu ne tale ye no ma nyina ye ba ye ameso bibia o ma kuku ne ma ne nyina ebro no kura na da ho no na beans ye ameso hwe kura
ye juma wa say na ba ye na say ye say enra chi na Rashid ba ye say obeye bula Rashid say obeye bula na say kwan ni ho kwan Rashid ya on ye ono ne ti na boro say ni na o say ene obekwa akoka nkyere bo no more then abebubu ha ade be che so ye na ehu boss no wa ha se any caterpillar de ewo mu ano no ento mo ba he no the second first you omo ku ba ko omo bu ye nua ba ko nan
abusia wonu mo na wo mu didwa ewa kwatia lai na wo mu so acheche ensem no wo mu dia wo mu nim fa ho no
abusia yet waka se bano so ade amam yankwa ahye ya wonu hwa adesuan sensem so mu nyamfa na adrisu na da no na en ada wo kirema wo de policy for fraba ya policy ni nyina eyetietia ne sen won se ye wo ma Ghana mu ha se ye beti ye se kwotro BC na nsa ne betro BC no bo nsa wofo ne wo mu ma obi a pre no makotwi susuku so akase obi so memeko wegehe obi nso se memeko asomasi obenten ye ne Obuasi na namfa na ayi mfantepem ne wo makaka suku so akase no kwa ne yebo Woma aka na jese ometumi aboye kakra no kwa de bi obi ampo masematie ni akotwu school so na befu na wa wie na sa resource ne ba se kim na wa akwohwe de utwu so ye no na wo kwohwe o resource na ba na wa hyase tete so se am kwa o de ahya nya hwe minyam second choice bi kura na se me third choice bi kura me fa ne sa na te se na ne ama wa hu sumutira level o se bibi bibi ni ade na no no nya fa na edusu se sa subansu na se sa de na ye no wo besesem na de obesesem ne se wo sesese no unkotwu su school ansa no akotwera wo exams ye hunso hwa no de unyaye biem da bi wo sesese wo kotwera exams ni wi a results ne ba wi a ne ama na wotwe baako 1 week fa kwadwene sabi onsamfo na watwero no na kwahwesa wo no fata emfantepem a na yatimi ama mokwan na 1 week no che no munyina amaba no ma betwu su school so no o se we nyina betimi aboa o se nya sa eboa ma sa computerized placement system no wo mo ho kire wo mododo kolabi wo abukwa koyi school so befu beba no na na results no se basa nti se de wa wo hu results no na wa kono akoyi school no.
In many instances, we have seen registration of unqualified BEC students. You can imagine somebody in primary 6, Form 1 or Form 2 being encouraged by the parent to write BECA. That is not acceptable under our GES practices. And any student or parent caught will be dealt with decisively. The students must go through primary school to junior high school tree before writing BECA. We will strictly enforce the WAEC and GES standards on this matter. One of the significant improvements to the process, and Director General GES, you are accordingly directed, is that students are to begin the process of making a determination of school choice, but that process is not to be completed until the results are finally announced and determined. So in the past, you had a situation where students determine and choose schools without knowing their aggregate level, and that affected the placement system. This time, after the results have been declared, for students to confirm on the basis of their performance in the BECA what their first choices are.
I was saying to Manya for high Idrisu, Nene and Amkotia.
I was saying in 70 Fasadama and Aquabrahimi, one the same man as a Peter Ten Abuabo, and Media Srifidish for Nana, Kwame, Mafu, Mene.
Abra Ajokuwa.